It's
Hey,
Thursday, 8 o'clock, so it must be time for the comic wrap
you know it. Let's wrap it up, baby.
with your buddy, Shelby Comics and Gorilla Todd.
Having fun, keeping it light, keeping it breezy.
real up in the hizzle.
Crack me up, Shelby. Oh, I love it. We got LaCrucis hanging out. I saw LaCrucis in the
Bruce is
chat
always
early.
hanging out. Always first one here. Appreciate it. Oh man, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, man. It's been a crazy week.
It has been a crazy week.
Full of lost packages, new collections.
New collections.
You know, and just general craziness. You know,
we're gonna get to the new collections and stuff, and of course, when we get to the on the road, I went to a Comic-Con
right
past weekend, and I've been on a couple of shows since then, so probably a lot of people have seen what I picked up already. But
I have purposely avoided those shows.
Oh, have you?
So that you can get a true reaction, fresh reaction from me. I have no idea what you have gotten. I steered clear for that reason.
Well, I'll show you, but first, let's do some comic news. I was looking at my little newsletter I get, The Intelligent Collector, and you'll love this. You'll love this story, Todd. You are a sentimental person. You like to, look like you're all tough and everything.
Oh, teddy bear.
You're a big softy, and you'll love this one. So, coming up, this is a story of a father and son in the late 50s over on the south side of Chicago, calling himself Southside Bobby. This is a Southside Bobby collection. It's a sports card collection, but this kid and his father would just take baseball cards to baseball games and get them signed. And it was something that he and his father did together. The person's father passed away in the 60s, and Bobby was so brokenhearted over it, he has not looked at the collection in 50 years.
Wow.
He didn't. It hurt him too much to look at the collection of cards. So they've been put away for 50 years. Finally, he decided to bring them out. They're going to be at Heritage Auction, and it's probably one of the largest signed sports card collections that they've ever seen. And there's a picture of Southside Bobby that chased autographs with his father. Outside of Chicago. No, his father died in 2000. I'm sorry. But yeah, they've had the collection put away for 50 years. What's really great about the collection is, of course, you have the greats of baseball and football in the 50s. And these were, unlike most signatures, you get an old Mickey Mantle, you go find Mickey Mantle at a convention, you get them to sign it. No, these were signed while the player was active playing. So the signatures are a little different. They're early signatures, which draws a little bit more value than these, than the older signatures where, they've signed 1,000 or 1,000,000 cards. This was back whenever they were playing.
I get what you're saying. It gets to a point where, when once they hit the convention circuit, they start dumping, thousands out every weekend.
Exactly. So there's a Mickey Mantle I showed there, Roberto Clemente.
That's amazing.
That's really cool. Ted Williams, another Mickey Mantle. Both of them personalized to Bobby.
That's great. And what's great is they probably could just go to their local, whatever their local park was, I don't know which park they went to in Chicago. If it's
Well,
that,
I'm about to share that. So of what he did. One of the most interesting ones is these football cards, Chicago Bears, that was signed by Willie Gilmore. He wasn't in football very long. He died in a car accident at age 29. So his signature is very rare, and he has two cards signed by him. But he was inducted into the College Hall of Fame in 1999, and his career was cut short. But this is going to be considered pedigree collection. It's going to be called the Bobby Collection. But what he would do is, and a couple of things, like they're all signed with ballpoint pen, because Sharpies wasn't around back then. So, plus, it was done in the natural habitat, as they say. But what he would do is he would not only go to, like you talk about Chicago White Sox, going to Kaminsky Park, but he would find out where the visiting teams were, what hotel they were staying at. And he would dress up in a suit and tie, so he would look kind of, like he belonged there, would show up at the hotel early around 8 a.m. to see if he could catch the players going to and from breakfast, and would catch them at their hotels. There's also a story in here where he got the autograph of Luis Aparicio, who was from Venezuela, spoke very little English, and he actually found out that he was living at the Hotel de Prado, and he was able to find out what room he stayed in, and went and knocked on the door and was answered by his wife, and they were really nice, and he got the card signed. When he wanted to obtain the autograph of Johnny Moxell on a 1961 Fleer, he actually went to his house, and where he'd been living since he played with the White Sox in the 1920s, and was able to find him. With football, he would go to the training facilities and hotels. But yeah, and one of the interesting things is there was these Hall of Fame cards that's put out in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and a lot of those are signed.
That's
so
cool.
I thought it was just
like really, Cooper. That looks like the kind of their Cooperstown.
Like Cooperstown, yeah. So I thought it was a really cool 1956, 1953 Art View Hall of Fame postcard, and this was signed by Dizzy Dean to Bobby.
Nice.
So I thought that was just a really cool little story, father and son, father kind of passing on his love for baseball to his son. And
that's a great story about collecting that transcends collecting.
Yeah.
It's about how it can bring a father and son together, and just it's a beautiful aspect of the hobby, of the hobby of collecting anything.
I agree. All right, another story. Roger Hill, well-known original art collector, died last December. But his collection is coming up for auction, and it includes all these pre-war EC horror books.
Is that those are the ads? I think I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk because they're coming up for auction this month.
Oh, okay.
So among the collection is this Lee Elias Black Cat Mystery, which is probably one of my favorite.
Oh, that's an iconic cover.
That's iconic. I love it. White heat, radium, and his face and hands melting away. This has got to be one of my favorite covers of all time. And it's something to actually look at these, in the black and white. We were used to seeing them in the vivid color and stuff, but I think it's more horrific in the black and white.
You just see what masters of, you see how masterful they are with the ink and the contrast.
Yeah.
And how the darks and the lights guide your eye through the cover, through the letters to the image. And it's really just, I find it amazing.
It is. Even the way he did the lettering with the squiggles, and it's just really great.
And I'll tell you, I had the chance to see a lot of, at a museum once, I saw a lot of Kirby artwork, like original pieces. Nothing does that work justice. Like even seeing it on a screen like I am.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can't hold, like when you see these pieces live and in
the
person,
originals, yeah.
The original work, it's something else.
I mean, because these get shrunk down, they get color, they get bad printing, they're on bad paper. So much goes into hurting the artwork. But the excuse me, the auction is going to be June 20th through 23rd at Heritage Comics and Comic Art Signature Auction. They say it's such a vast assemblage. They're going to be offering various pieces of material all the way through 2025.
Wow.
So beginning with the comic book and pulp this summer. You can, download the brochure, but look at a few more covers here. This beautiful Chamber of Chills. Oh my God.
Wow.
So great. That's another Lee Elias cover. This Johnny Craig cover for Haunt of Fear.
I'm starting to really, I know I love these old pre-codes, but I'm really getting into Johnny Craig and Wally Wood. And
Wally Wood's amazing. And I love this one. So this is a Jack Davis. This is
Jack Davis.
This is for the ad to order, your subscription. And I love this ad. It's
not the same, but it's Jack Davis.
Yeah.
That's never too far.
And then what's funny, one of the things, so Frederick Wortham, Seduction of the Innocent, he actually has his EC Fan Club Addict membership kit. So Frederick Wortham was actually a member of EC Fan Addict Club, and here's the actual letter it's signed by Frederick Wortham. It's got Frederick Wortham's Fan Addict card. It's got a little post-it from I think his funeral, the patch, the EC collector button. So yeah, very interesting little piece of history here from Frederick Wortham. I love this Basil Gorgos, Vincent Price.
Yeah, he does some great. I got a soft cover of his stuff. Awesome monsters and classic horror stuff.
So really great. Like I said, it's going to be starting June. Don't remember what I said. June 20th, 23rd, 20th to the 23rd, I believe. And they'll be slowly bringing out more of this collection. All right, now the saddest news I have. This was something that actually happened a little while back in Las Vegas. About 2 weeks ago. I say a little while back, but 2 weeks ago, where this wife's dead husband's collection of comics was stolen that he had left behind for his son. And And I know you're in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and you know, it definitely went. I know at least I got texts from a couple of buddies that like, hey, if you come across these, this is the deal with them. And you know, I said, you know, look, if they show up in my place, they're probably gonna end up getting arrested. I don't know.
Yeah. But they were, left behind for his son. Excuse me. And like I said, it's only happened a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, no, that was recent. That was really recent.
Yeah. But they're going to show the books here in a minute. The husband had actually done YouTube videos whenever he bought the books and stuff. Like he was really proud of, you know, being able to collect some of these books. And he did use drop videos. So he's got like the first Gwen's, Gwen Stacy, Spider Gwen. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some different
there's all the YouTube videos showing like Teen Titans. But here we go. So here's a lot of the main parts.
First
of the
Punisher, first Deadpool, Nova one, first Morbius, first Kingpin, first Blade, first Black Panther, first Green Goblin. I mean, awesome books.
Yeah. So, and a few of these should be able to recognize if they come into a store, right? Because, you know, Amazing Spider-Man 50 and a 4.0. First Deadpool and looks like a 9 or 8.0. First Nova 8.5. First Black Panther the 3.0. That I can't see what the grade is on that one. The first Green Goblin.
No, I can't see any of the grades, but I see the books.
But yeah, so if you're in the Vegas area and stuff, I mean, look at this one too, Detective 95. That's what a great book.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Tony?
Hey, Tony. But and then even some golden age like the shock suspense stories, it's exciting comics, which is so hard to find. So yeah, if you're in the Vegas area or something, I mean, I hate bringing up sad comic news, but I feel like this is something that can be found because it's a very specific collection. I mean, but I understand, if it's stolen in Vegas, you're not that far away from California, but it's only happened a couple weeks ago. So if you know anything, please contact Fox 5 here in Vegas and, or the Vegas PD and let them know. So see if we can get this collection back. All right. What happened?
I don't know. I hit something and it closed down my window.
Yeah, Tony. But again, I think there's all we're trying to do is the more information we get out there, who knows, might see this little channel and so I know myself, Swaggle House and Automatic Comics has all now reported on the story, and we're just trying to get the story out there. So like I said, I mean, because those books travel to California really easily, or like you said, maybe in a pawn shop and such. So yeah, that is all I had for comic news this week. So a couple of nice stories, a cool story, and a sad story.
Cool.
You there?
Tony. Yeah, I am here. I'm here. Mr. Tony. Please. Check your IG. You asked me about something. I messaged you, but there are at least one other person chomping at the bit.
So what's up, Tony?
Please let me know. No,
check your IGs, dude.
I don't think he's been on IG since I sent it, so I get it. But when you get a chance, please let me know.
Tony's on everything I'm on for some reason. All right. So now our next segment on the road. I think everybody knows I went to a big show in Dallas, Fan Expo, this past weekend. I've dropped the video on my channel of the show itself, minus the pickups. But we did have a post show, and then I was on Carlos last night talking about a few of the books. But yeah, you want to get into it, Todd? And you can show off your great collection that you just bought.
I'd be happy to, but I definitely want to see some of the stuff you got on at the con. I have not watched any of those videos.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go first.
All right. So first we'll start with the stuff I bought at some of the comic shops. So we did hit 3 comic shops while we were there. Titan Comics, excuse me, Duncanville Comics, and then a new place, Keith's Comics, which was a cool old school shop, concrete floors. It was really cool, Todd. Like, he didn't have back issues. What he did was he had these shelves in the back of the store, and he just stuck back issues up on shelves, and you could start flipping through them and stuff. And and he had them at such cheap prices. He's like, "Yeah, I wanna rotate this stuff fast." So all the prices were cheap. And then when part of the shelf gets emptied out, he just goes, grabs some more back issues, and prices them and sticks them up on the shelves. It's a really cool setup. So quick turnover on back issues and stuff.
I appreciate stores. I appreciate stores that take that kind of initiative to move their stock. I went to one shop in California. I forget what it was called. If I get there again with my buddies, I'll have to do a little video. But basically the deal was he had this inventory of boxes that had been in stock for, I guess, a certain amount of time. That was all 50% off.
Right.
The newer stuff, the other selection of boxes, they were sticker price. Maybe there was a lesser discount. I don't remember. But the idea of the stuff that's been in stock longer being more heavily discounted, it makes sense to me. Because
I agree with you.
This business is all about turning over books. You can't, if you just sit with the same books, you're not making money. If you get books, sell books, get more books, sell books, get more books, repeat, repeat, rinse, and so on and so forth, it works.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, my friend. So this is what I bought at Keith's, actually. So pulled these out. This cool.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, this is the Pizza Hut. This 1970s Pizza Hut.
Yeah, it's got that little banner on top.
Promo. So there's a Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. I now have the Wonder Woman and the Superman, and Southern Comic Geek has the Batman. So I'm looking for the Batman of these, and kind of complete my little promotional comic set of the Pizza Hut collector's editions from the 1970s. And then foreign comics, I picked this up. This is really cool. This is a Mexican Batman, which I really loved. I love little bat symbols around and stuff. But yeah. Batty comic.
They want you to know it's a Batman. They don't want any mistake.
Yeah. So it was really cool. Picked these couple of books up. The only other thing I picked up there was the new Doctor Doom. I had missed that when it came out, and so he did have a copy of the one shot for like $25, and then he had the one in 50 for like $30. So I picked both of those up. At Titan Comics, I was looking mainly for Golden Age stuff. He didn't have anything, but I did dig through the boxes. You know, I love me some Dale and Gold Key. So I picked up this really cool Dale comic. So Donald and Mickey in Disneyland, Vacation in Disneyland. I love them on the rocket ship and stuff. The Lost World, if you remember that movie. So I love these photo covers.
Lost World. I don't know if I remember that actually. That might be before my time.
Probably before your time. And then this, I just loved it. Tinkerbell painting a butterfly.
Tinkerbell.
Never can go wrong, Tinkerbell. So I thought those were cool. Just a little something. They weren't in bad shape. All of these are, you know, pretty good shape. I mean, you know, 5.60. But all right, then I went to my buddy in Duncanville. Duncanville, by far, is the best comic shop. I mean, almost around, not just in Dallas, but around in general. And, you know, Andy, who's an old friend of mine, kind of what we were just talking about, Todd, is he's realistic about what comic books sell for and what he can get for them. So he has a ton of $2 books, which is stuff you can't believe is selling it. You know, he has out at $2. He's got a ton of $5 books, which again, you can't believe he's got out at $5. And then he's got a bunch of half price boxes. So I picked these up, all half price. It's only 12 issues in this first issue special. I'd like to get all of them. I wasn't sure if I had the number one, but again, it's marked 20 and it's half off, $10. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm on top of that for a beautiful high grade copy. I'm still trying to get all these Atlas books. I'm not sure if I have this one either, but again, high grade copy, $20. It was half price, $10. You can't miss it. You can't.
Yeah, I like those, the Atlas books. They're cool. I mean, it's, you know, the history of those is
what's great, right? It's the group of Marvel people that's like, screw Marvel, screw Stan Lee. We're gonna go start our own company, and you know, didn't work out so well. But
it's almost like the prototype. What is
almost like the what? Say it again.
I said the prototype to Image.
You're 100% right. And I call myself trying to complete this set, which is Marvel Classic Comics. I wasn't sure if I had this book or not. I mean, but again, it was $10. It's in high grade, you know, probably an 8.5, and it's $5, right? So I picked it up.
I might get kicked out again.
All right, I'll keep an eye out. I love the Archie superheroes. All right.
Okay.
All right. You sound better too.
Yeah, because
I love the Archie superheroes. So the Fly. I'm not sure if I have these issues or not, but I mean, not a lot of people know about the Archie superheroes of the 60s, you know, them trying to compete with Marvel and stuff. So, really great.
I remember when DC tried to didn't they do something with those in like the 80s?
Yeah, when they sold them, yeah, they tried. This was just a pretty neat book. It's probably about a 60. It's got several spine ticks, but they had it marked down because the centerfold is attached at the bottom staple. You know, that don't bother me. I can fix that. So I picked up this Hawkman number 5, which is really cool.
What'd you pick up that one for?
35, and then it was half price.
Half off, so $17.50. That you can't beat that.
Hell no, you can't beat that.
Under
dude.
$20. That's for a beautiful yellow cover.
Come on.
Beautiful yellow cover.
Beautiful. I just love this cover. It's got a subscription crease, but other than that, it's great. Gene Autry and Champion. So just cool thing. And then you'll know about these. This has an interesting history. So if you collected comics in the 70s, you saw these ads in your comic books, but they also put out these catalogs. So
Sure.
is the superhero catalogs. So you'd have like your Star Wars toys and, all kind of stuff in here. And what's interesting about these were all drawn by the students at the Kubert School during the 70s. So the company that put these out, made a deal with Kubert School, and so the kids could get the practice plus get some of their artwork published. They did these ad magazines, and so you could have art in here by famous artists, but just a really cool little piece of history from the Kubert School.
No, that's cool. Yeah, some early artwork from different.
Who knows? Yeah.
I appreciate it, Tony. I hit you back, my friend.
A company you don't see very often, and again, this is a golden age book that was in the half price bin. So Standard Comics, Sniffy the Pup. So he had it at $15, and then it was half price, so $7.50 for a golden age book.
Under $10 all day, every day.
All day. Talking about Archie heroes, this was an interesting one, and you do not see this very often, the Shadow. So Archie picked up the license to the Shadow, and then they changed his costume to be more modern. So if you remember the purple full face costume of the Shadow, but then they changed it to this purple and green with a cape. So it's kind of interesting. And, it's got the tagline, "Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? Only the Shadow knows."
Wow, I never even seen that. That is a crazy.
You don't see them very often, dude. You don't see them often. That's why I grabbed them. Another thing you don't see often are these from a company called Power Comics. Now, these don't even have like glossy covers. The covers are also newsprint. So they're really hard to find, not beaten up, but Jack. But this really cool Northern Lights, and then this Night Witch, which is really cool. So Power Comics number 3 and number 4. And then, of course, who don't love them? Some Flipper.
The Dolphin?
The Dolphin.
I remember Flipper.
Yeah.
That I used to watch, probably on reruns.
Yep. It has a price sticker here, a gold price sticker. But yeah, I loved it, and it's $15 plus half off, so only $7.50. So can't go wrong with that. So yeah, I feel like I made a killing at the shops. So moving on really quick to what I got at the show. This is a book I've been looking for a while. I love this cover. So first Iron Fist.
Oh, that's no, that's the first what am I thinking?
Oh, you're thinking of White.
Is that the first?
Yeah.
White Tiger, right?
Yeah, White Tiger or something. Yeah, it's his first one too. Yeah.
And that's first Iron Fist and Deadly Hands.
No, I think he was in Marvel Premiere first, then this, then he got his comic book. Because
Okay.
it says, at last, Iron Fist, the living weapon, exploding in its own action series.
But no, that was his first. I'm saying his first In Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, the magazine. The first
Oh,
issue
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah,
magazine he was
yeah,
in.
yeah,
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 Marvel Premiere 15 is his first appearance overall.
yeah. But I love the painted artwork and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's a beautiful cover.
Yeah, I've always wanted this cover. All right. This is a cool book too. Rocky and his Fiendish Friends.
Boris
It's
and
hard to
the
find because this is one of those thick 25-cent Dales that have the cardboard cover. So you rarely find it where it's just not torn completely up. So I was really happy to find this, but it's got Rocky, Bullwinkle, Boris and Natasha, Dudley Do Right, Peabody and Sherman, all on the cover. So yeah, just really cool pickup. Still working on this peanut set. So I found another peanuts to add to the collection. That was in high grade. Digging through a person's box, man, I found this Iron Fist 30-cent price variant.
Very cool.
All right. And then, I love me some Captain Marvel. So I did find a Wiz Comics, a little sun faded, but overall not a bad copy. So thank you, Tony. Yes, Navarro's the other Mexican company, but Tigre Blanco is the more difficult Mexican comics to find. Yep. So I picked up this Wiz Comics. And then this is my very first one to get of this is Master Comics. I don't have many Captain Marvel Jr. in my collection, so I was really happy to get this Master Comics. You awake, Todd?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That is an awesome book. I'm making deals. Sorry. I should be involved in the YouTube show. Shame on me. That's an awesome master comic with Captain Marvel Jr. Cool. I like it. It's got they're riding a horse. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
He's racing them.
Yeah. All right. So here's one of the interesting ones, and I think we'll quiz you here.
Okay, let's see
this one. So this is Target Comics.
Sure.
One, Target Comics is hard to find. Jack, seriously. Second, this is 1944 or 45. So it's a World War II victory cover. But that stamp there, bonnets.
What does it say?
Bonnets.
Bonnets, like a hat?
No, it is from Dayton, Ohio. Bonnets is the oldest bookstore in America. It's still open today. It is still open. It opened in the 1930s, and it's still open today. And when you find a comic book with a bonnet stamp, it's kind of like getting a Mark Jeweler with a star stamp. It's very coveted, especially to find Golden Age books with a bonnet stamp is kind of an important thing. So I was super happy.
It's almost like it's like a little piece of history.
It is. So, this was sold at Bonnet Comics secondhand in Dayton, Ohio. Somehow made its way down here to Texas, and then I purchased it at a show in Dallas. This comic is 80 years old, and the journey it's taken to be right here is just great, and I love a little history like that. All right.
Oh.
Then I picked up some pre-code horror books. It's really rough Hand of Fate, but I've always wanted to get a Hand of Fate comic. This is from Ace Publishing.
Is she like running away from him?
No, yeah. Then there is Spectre hands coming up and grabbing her in the throat.
Oh, I see. I didn't see. I don't know if that was a scarf or something. That's cool.
No, I warn you, there are no shortcuts in life. Now you must pay for your folly. Pre-code horror Atlas is hard to find. So this may fall into the horror category, but this is Atlas Comics Mystic Tales. And this is a classic one, The Man Who Could Walk Through Walls. Really cool book. Glad to pick it up. All right, now the two heavy hitters. This book is in rough shape, and I still paid a lot for it. Weird Mysteries.
I mean, when you say rough, how rough?
The cover is completely detached and split.
Pretty rough.
But I can fix that. Well, Weird Mysteries, number 8.
You are Shelby, the conservator.
So, Jack, you are just... What is wrong with you? Are you that needy, huh? Have you not had attention for that long? But yeah, it's not one of the more famous pre-code horror covers, but it is a difficult, any of these are difficult to find in any grade. So, and then the biggest one of the lot. This is also Ace Comics, Web of Mystery. So got these ghouls on the cover, and holding this guy has a hangman's noose around his neck. You were too eager to hang the innocents, Baldus. Now we have returned with your favorite noose for you. So, really nice copy.
That's pretty dark.
I love this stuff, man. So it's not in bad shape. It could use a little bit of work, but I was really happy for the price to pick this up. Just super great. So that is kind of it. I'll show a few signed things real quick. So one is my signed and numbered Dark Knight. So I got Klaus Janson to sign it right underneath Frank Miller's name.
Nice.
And Klaus Janson was super, super nice guy. Really happy to meet him. So you're a Stephen Platt fan, aren't you?
I like his stuff. Yeah, sure.
Well, if you want, I'll give you a first Stephen Platt Prophet signed by Stephen Platt if you would like it.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I don't think I have a signature on anything. I mean, I love his I got turned on to him when he did.
I know his Moon Knight is his Moon Knight is the shit.
But I love his like his level of detail is just, it's he's
Yeah,
got his own level. Like it, like he has his own style. When you look at Stephen
yeah,
Platt's art,
yeah,
you know it.
yeah. But yeah, give that to you.
Well, thank you, Shelby. That's really kind of you.
And other than that, I mean, met a lot of great people. A lot of artists and stuff is fun. David Nakayama was super nice. Carla Cohen and Perillo were super nice. Also met Sabine Rich. She was great. Um, Michael Golden was an asshole as usual, but he was nicer day two. And yeah, just can't say enough.
See, overall, you had a good show, and it was a good time.
It wasn't as good, I think, as last year. I will admit that. Now, I was over there taking some video of the celebrities, and a lot of them weren't at their booth for some stupid reason. And so I'm standing there kind of near the corner, and all of a sudden, Jonathan Franks, Captain William Riker, just comes walking straight out of the crowd, sits down at his booth, and I'm just kind of shocked, like, what the hell? Here comes William Riker walking straight out.
Did you go? Did you go? How does he do it? He's on lower decks sometimes, and he's like,
Oh yeah,
his. You know how they all have their little like engage, make it
yeah,
so. His is like something in 5, 6, 7, 8. He does it like a show.
Yeah. So anyway, it surprised me because he just comes shooting out of the crowd and just sat there at his booth, and I kind of jumped for a minute, and he looked at me and he laughed, and he's like, "Did I scare you?" And it's like, "Yeah, you just kind of surprised me." And he's like, "I'm sorry about that," And I was like, "Hey, it's great to meet you," and stuff. He's like, "Yeah, good to see you." He was super nice. And then a couple booths down was William Shatner. Shatner was super nice too. In a very Captain Kirk sort of way.
Yeah, well, that's on lower decks. That's the other joke. They're like, you're kirking too much. It's like become a phrase. Don't kirk so much.
A lot of stars are nice, but you feel like they're being nice because you're a fan. He was nice. He didn't do anything extraordinary nice, but you felt like it's a bit more genuine or something. Is very interesting. Very interesting.
I don't need him to be like super crazy, friendly, like over the top. Just be pleasant.
Yeah, and he was.
Don't be.
Hey, Guy George.
What's up, guy? Don't talk down to the fans. Don't talk down to like somebody who's excited to meet you and happy to meet you and all that.
Yep, Alan Tudyk was really great. Adam Savage got mad at me. And then kind of the only one that I half interacted with was Gina Davis, and she was super nice, super lovely, super gracious.
That's nice.
So that's really nice.
Did, The Long Kiss Goodnight is one of my favorite movies. I always like the movie.
Yeah. So anyway, that is it for On the Road with me. So Todd, Guy George asked, "Hi fellas, where did you go?" I went to Dallas Fan Expo. Please, Guy George, if you haven't already, sub me up over here on my channel, Shelby's Comics. And I've dropped a couple of videos of my trip there, and you can see, or check out the rewind. You can see the stuff I just purchased while I was there. So please give me a sub up. I think everybody else that's in my room are sub to you, I would think. But yeah, Guy George, you're not sub to me. Please give me a sub up. I appreciate it. All right, so that was on the road. Todd, one of our favorite things, of course, is getting to live your life vicariously through this show of you being able to buy some collections.
Oh yeah,
And
I got a doozy this week.
you got
Um,
a doozy this week, and you got a great story that goes along with it.
yeah,
And
like it's a lot of books. This was a
turn
really
the
nice
show
one.
over to you, my friend. I'm
Okay,
giving you the
this
big.
was this was a really nice experience, And one thing I'm conscious of, we've all heard the stories of people who go to the comic store and they sell their comics and they don't have a good experience for whatever reason. Let's not go into the minutia, but we all know. I don't need to really be that negative. Captain Comics, happy birthday, my friend. Not really my birthday disclaimer, but it's a Captain Comics and Gorilla Todd thing. I like to think. So whenever people come in to the shop to sell me their books, I take it seriously in that like they may not have the best books. They might not have books that I really want or need, but they're still their books, and I still want to communicate respect, whether I want the books or not. So it just so happens, I had bought a pile of I bought two separate purchases yesterday. One was a single box of mostly dollar readers, and there was a stack of Crow books. And I didn't really have the time to like really look at them. I just saw some Crow books, and I'm like, and it was a stack of modern, like low grade books, like reader books. So I was like, I can do like $25 on the box. It wasn't there wasn't much there. Okay, then right after that, I have another couple comes to the shop. They call me. They're having a little trouble finding it. We get them here. I go outside to meet them, and they're carrying two roller suitcases. I said, okay, I have a feeling this is going to be interesting. We get them in. We start talking a little
Anytime
bit.
you see older Asian people with a little dog and two suitcases, you know it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, they had a little Chihuahua, and the dog was so cute. They had just got it. And the dog's name was Twinkie. I asked if it was named after the dessert or Battlestar Galactica, but they weren't sure. Or Buck Rogers, rather. Was that Buck Rogers or Battlestar? I'm confused, but
Which one?
Twinkie, the little robot Twinkie.
Twinkie. That's Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I doubted myself. No, so I started looking at the books, and like it's a really nice. It's a reader's Bronze Age, a little silver collection. You see the kind of stuff. I'll show more books, and there's some bigger books. And there's a couple books I'm probably going to keep and put in my collection. Um, but it was just I started looking at the books, and I knew about 4 or 5 books in I wanted the collection because I could just tell. I could see the patina, so to speak. Um, and the people and the couple was like this. We started talking, and they were like, we want you to get the books. We see how much you love them. We see how much you love comics. And I said, yeah, these are great books. And I just started, saying, oh, that's Farford and the Gray Mouser, and that's a beautiful Kaluta cover on the Shadow, and I saw all these little details, and I had one of my fellows that shops with me, one of my customers here, and they got into it, and they were checking out all the old books. So it was a really positive experience where we negotiated, we agreed on a price. It was easy. It was very a very good experience overall. They thanked me. That I really was appreciated them coming by, um, and it really it made me feel good because I feel like we had that really good kind of exchange. And I know it's hard. He's probably had these books for decades, read them, loved them, and like part of my excitement is, I have tons of books and I have a big PC, but like as I do shows and I sell books, I'm able to get a lot of these books, and they might not be the highest grade copies, but I can get them to people, and then they can put them in their collections, and they can get them for a good price.
You're just a middleman of dreams.
It's stuff like these 25-cent Avengers. This is just happens to be what I'm bagging up. 25-cent Avengers.
But that's when I was collecting, and you are about to get into like the George Prez series. That's a George Prez.
Right. So there's that, and then there's some of these that I'm about to bag and board. Some Black Panther issues and different things. The wedding of Wanda and Vision. What a cool can cover this one is. Giant size Avengers.
Got the Rama Tut and all that. Yeah.
I mean, tons of Conans. I mean, well, let me check something. I'll show you them, but
so if y'all see anything y'all are interested, you of course can hit up Gorilla Todd over on his IG.
These two are spoken for. Somebody grabbed these up. I posted them. They didn't last long. Classic Batman.
Stay up on Todd's IG because he posts things there. So yeah,
definitely. 227 that got picked up, and the 251.
Both are the most classic covers. Yeah,
those got picked up. Now the two that I'm keeping this Sergeant Fury and this Howling Commandos 13 because this is a book that I have always wanted to add to my collection.
Yep.
Fantastic Captain America early Silver Age cover. You got Bucky, Fury, the Howling Commandos. Man, what's up, Comic Book G, man? How you been? It's been forever. And then I got this 232, which I sold the copy I had years ago, and I never got over it. So I'm going to hang on to that one. Those are the two I'm going to keep from the collection. I always like to keep one or two books from a collection. And then I think somebody's already claimed this one. Sergeant Fury.
I claimed that one.
Shelby's got that one. So I'll put that
Dick Ayers cover. Dick Ayers cover. It's really great.
Do have the second Ra's al Ghul available.
That's available, guys. Make offers. Well, you see the price. What you say, 125 on that one?
I got 175 on it, but again, it's reach out to me. Everything's negotiable. We can do a bundle deal. I've got lots of books. Here's a Detective 437. Yeah, this is the first Manhunter. This introduced the Paul Kirk Manhunter by Archie Goodwin and Walt Simonson. This is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite books ever. I would keep this, except that I have a copy that's signed by Simonson, so that one's available. A Howard the Duck #1, cool book. I probably have a couple of these, but
yeah.
A Master of Kung Fu 17, technically his first issue because it was Marvel Special Edition 15 and 16, and then it continued here. And this is a lower grade copy. I have a higher grade copy, but it's nice to give somebody the option. And then this was a nice one to find. Marvel Premiere 15. It's got a crease right there. I got it marked too. See that color breaking crease right down the corner?
Yeah, nothing that a black marker won't fix.
Yeah, right. But again, it's prices for the books in the high grades are going. They're up and up and up.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I mean, it'd be $500-$600 if it's graded. It'd be over 1,000. So I mean,
I got
for
it a great
6070 copy. I mean,
I got 2 copies of Iron Fist #1. I got one marked 100, and then I got one at 75. And honestly, the difference is a little.
Yeah, you're jumping around a little bit, so be a little slower so people can see your video is a little bit staggered. So
okay, so Let it.
Yeah, we saw that one. Yeah, 225 perfect.
You saw the Howard. You saw the detectives, right? The Batman. I didn't show you this. I have an ASM 63. It's lower grade, but it's complete.
But only $40? That's stupid.
You know,
What deals you can find in Vegas?
I try to
Man,
place books, you know, in like the 2 Iron Fists. The one that's 75, you see, it's hard to see. Let me see if I can. There's a little, like,
yeah, I see the bend. Yeah,
a little bend that's probably completely pressable, but I'm not going to press it. I'm just going to mark it 25 bucks less. You can press it. And then a nicer copy that's $100, where he's beating up Shellhead.
and what's funny is, with the first issues, normally who's your guest star to help bump up that? Spider-Man.
Yeah.
In this case, it's Iron Man. So I found that was kind of funny for Iron Fist.
It kind of fits. It's Iron Fist. So
yeah, Iron Fist against Iron Man. Yeah.
I mean, and I got like some other cool stuff. I mean, there's piles of comics, and I got a long box of comics, and I mean, they're pretty cool. They came, a lot of the books. Here's some cool ones. Like, check this out. These I haven't even unbagged. I haven't even like freed, but this is a little history. This is old. This is a true old school bag. No flap. No flap there.
Those weren't even meant to be comic bags. Those were bags like you would get at a grocery store for produce.
You know,
and they reused them for comic bags.
Nice X-Men. Could definitely use a press. Mid-grade, but it's all there.
That's a nice book.
You know, it's all there.
Yeah.
You know, and I check all the books. I open them. I make sure the staples are attached. I make sure the Marvel value stamps are there on the ones that they're supposed to be there on. So, I mean, here's another nice X-Men book. Now, this one's got...
Is that number 95?
Yeah, this is 95. It's got a little water stain thing at the bottom.
That can be fixed.
You can fix that, right? But, you know, otherwise, dude, beautifully, you know, the centerfold's all in there intact.
If you can't get number 94, you might as well get number 95.
Let's put that in the bag.
But all those books are really I mean, they've always been kind of high, but they're going up a little bit, unlike other books, and they're staying at that price. So your number 95, because giant size 1 and 94 is kind of out of people's price range.
Mm-hmm.
So number 95 up to around 120 are really, really great value. They're starting to go up a bit. They're getting pricier. So definitely, if you hadn't picked those up, you should be picking those up.
I mean, there's a nice bunch of X-Men. You know, and we jump to these all could use a press, honestly and truly. But I also I was able to get these at a really fair price where I can really pass the savings on to people. And you know, some of the big keys that I showed you, yes, they're pricey. But a lot of these books I can hook people up with.
They're not crazy pricey. I mean, it's not like $400 or $500. I mean, that's a great cover.
Yeah, sorry, I go fast. Colossus. This is a cool book. And it's a little nicer. Yeah. You know, but a lot of these books, you like you said, these are the prices on these books are just they're climbing and climbing and climbing, and like
this is one of the few range of books that now isn't that the first? Is that the first one where it says uncanny on it or something?
No, it says it on 125,
125. Okay.
120. I don't know
Oh,
the
does it?
issue
I
offhand.
don't know the number either.
To be honest.
But yeah, I agree. Those books are one, some of the few that aren't dropping in prices. So
Let's see what else I can pull out of the box.
but while Todd's doing that, let me show his IG. So y'all be sure and go check him out. He actually dropped a video over on his IG about this collection, so you could have already known about it.
Actually,
And hit him up. That's how some people already got some good deals. So y'all be sure and follow Todd over there on his IG and hit that notification bell if there is one on IG, and that way you can stay in the know with the Gorilla Man.
If you want to see some great slabs, some really cool slabs, I'll show you some. Look,
We love hard plastic around here, Todd.
I definitely got, nice, raw, affordable. Now, this is a book that's right up your alley, Shelby. Look at that.
Perfect candidate.
This could use the Shelby treatment.
Everything needs a little Shelby love, if you ask me, but
Sure, I can't disagree. But I mean, a nice run of Swampies. But I mean, look, I got the raw Iron Fists. Number ones. You want the 9.6?
Look at that.
I got that too. But we jumped to 650. We take a jump. And that's just the way it goes. So,
but you would take a higher jump if it is a 9.8. That'd be over $1,000 book.
Yeah.
So if y'all can't, I mean, there are experienced investors out there, and they tell you if you can't afford the 9.8, get the 9.6 because that is also going to go up in value. It's going to be more affordable.
It's going to appreciate, accordingly.
Of course.
I love this cover.
One of my favorite.
I think when you get into these Bronze Age books, if you get over like a 9, it's a sharp book.
Used to, Overstreet only goes to 9.2 because, they say after 9.2, there is not a big difference in condition between 9.2 and a 9.8. And I tend to agree.
Here's an Avengers 174 from 1978 in a 9.8. George Perez cover.
George Perez cover, yeah, one of my favorites.
The Collector. Here's a beautiful.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who the artist is, and it escapes me for some stupid reason. G-Man on that.
In which one?
The Deathlock.
I think it was Rich Buckler.
Rich Buckler, thank you, Rich Buckler. Yes, it is. Yep.
George Perez was in the last 2 pages. That's his first work. It says. Yeah. But yeah, Rich Buckler and Klaus cover.
Yeah.
Here we've got a Doctor
Strange. G-Man. I love these Doctor Strange. They're not very popular because they have the ugly Doctor Strange costume.
G-Man, I got 450 on the Deathlock. If you want to hit me up on IG, we can definitely talk about it. Beautiful 9.4. I can definitely talk.
Get him up on my IGs. I just showed his Chan.
Here we've got a nice Doctor Strange 178 and a 9.6. I mean, that's a 12-cent cover in a 9.6.
That's crazy.
Black Knight. Let's see what else we got. Here's a FF 108 and a 9.4.
Love it.
Beautiful book. This is a really cool one. A newer book, but Beautiful John Byrne Hulk cover in the 9/8. That's the old label. You got all his friends: MODOK, Abomination, Juggy, Leader, Rhino.
Yeah, yeah. Gotta be one of my favorite John Byrne Hulk covers. Yeah, it's great.
And wearing his purple Speedos with such style.
Such
Here's
stuff.
another cool FF 191. The FF Resign in the 9/6.
Quit. Say they're out of here.
We're done.
That is right before they go on the big Doctor Doom arc that takes you up to number 200. So really great FF run there.
Captain America 152 from 1972. This is 2 years before I was born in a 9/6.
Wow.
Ooh, sweetness. Mr. Hyde.
Yellow cover.
I love this one. Thor 221.
Thor.
This is from my birthday month and year 374. Thou hast dared to challenge Hercules, and so must die. Man, Hercules don't mess around.
That's a cool cover. I'm not sure I've ever seen that cover.
And then I got a couple of 9/8s to finish off. Beautiful Jack Kirby Machine Man cover.
Oh.
Go Gadget Arm in a 9/8.
I've always wanted that book and then a Devil Dinosaur 9.8 just to have in the collection because I loved those books when I was a kid.
I'm sorry to hear that, G-Man.
Oh my God. So sorry, G-Man. Reach out if you need to, man. You know, well, Todd and I both, we've lost our parents and
yeah,
we know what it's like. We know what it's like, my friends. And there he goes. Exactly. He's got to stop doing the steroids, man. You know, because it makes your pee-pee small, I hear. When you do too many of the roids. So I don't know about y'all, but Todd's video been jumpy for me and everything. Now he kicked a hamster that's running that internet connection for him there in Vegas. You know, probably someone lost some money on a roulette table. So, you know, internet connection slower. So he'll figure it out. He's probably still talking to the camera and not realizing that his stream is gone. So probably somebody should text him and go, you know, you're not on stream anymore. So Tony, I'm sending out some stuff in the mail. I'm sending out stuff in the mail tomorrow. I'll get your book in the mail. All right, I saw him pop in here for a moment. I'm not sure what's up. He needs an IT person. Yeah, didn't pay his bookie. He needs an IT person over there. I don't know. You know, I mean, internet comes into your house, into your place. You plug it into the computer, and it should work. I'm not sure what you could be hitting, or you know, it's like, oh, I bumped something, the internet went out. But what the hell are you bumping that your internet would go out? I mean, you know, it's not like, you know, it's not like walking by the old TV, you know, with the rabbit ears and stuff. You know, it's like, oops, I bumped the antenna, and now I can't pick up channel 8. You know, I mean, you know, or you have a Wi-Fi, you type in the numbers.
I'm back again.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm very crowded here. Like in the desk, I got piles of books and the mouse is right here. So I think I'm hitting the mouse and it's clicking something that closes my window. because that's what's happening. My whole Google window's closing. I'm not exact. I couldn't close it that quickly if I wanted to. But we got two more slabby slabs. We got an Eternal 17 and a 9/8. Again, Jack Kirby. Feel what you want about the Eternals as far as the movie goes, but hey, it's still a Jack Kirby cover from 1977, and it's a 9/8.
I didn't hate the movie. I didn't hate the movie. I thought there were some parts that they needed a little script doctoring on. I didn't hate Madam Web. I just didn't think it was a cinematic movie. I thought it felt more like a movie of the week.
I would agree with
movie, you know, because who don't love 3 spider chicks? Come on.
Yeah, okay.
Spider chicks are hot. Okay.
You know what's hotter?
Cinematic. What?
An Invaders #1 in a 9/8.
Invaders #1. Everybody needs an Invaders #1 9.8.
Cap, Namor, and Human Torch beating up the Nazis. Beautiful.
Beating up the Nazis. And I haven't watched X-Men 97 yet, so y'all don't beat me up, but I have watched the first couple of episodes of The Acolyte. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I am really enjoying that little series myself. I think it's freaking cool.
You know,
I think some people just taking all this stuff way too seriously.
Well, I think we know that, let's be honest. On a certain level, negativity gets views. I'll just say it. It gets views. It's just the world we live in. Doesn't matter what you're talking about. Do I feel the same way about Star Wars I did when I was 10 years old? No, but I'm not 10 years old anymore. So I don't to want to feel the same way, I don't think is reasonable. You know? If I want to feel like I did when I was 10 years old, I'll read the comic I read when I was 10 years old. That's my, that's how I get back. That's how I connect with my childhood. Or I'll watch the movie, episode 4 or 5 or 6. And that connects me to those feelings of when I was a child. And that's that's the Star Wars I love. I'd rather talk about that than something I'm either not that excited about or indifferent about.
And I hire a chick to put me in diapers. We all reconnect our childhood in different ways.
Hey, God bless you. Now, do you use disposable or?
Don't even start. I'm joking. I put them on myself. I can't afford a chick.
Do you use like the old person?
I use the Trump diapers. I use the same ones Trump does.
Are they expensive?
You want the best though.
Well, it's gonna touch down there. Yeah, you don't want chafing.
Don't want chafing for sure. Looks like I got some great Swamp Things, man. Those are the ones people looking
nice
for.
Rights. Got a real nice Rights and Run.
That's a great cover.
Swampy fighting a dinosaur.
Great rights and stuff. Oh man! So what's
these
the
might
next?
Be after the rights? Is this right?
I think it's right.
No, I think. Look at the signature there.
Oh,
is that Nestor Rowe? Let me open it up. Well, I'll look at the next one. It's got the same signature.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Nestor Redondo.
Ah, the Redondo.
These later ones are Nestor Redondo, but I will get to the Wrightson ones. They're definitely in there. But if you want, the Swampy Run, gotta have these too. And then we got some cool Batmans.
Yeah, I don't know how long. I was trying to see if I could see how long Wrightson was on it.
That's a
Okay, so Wrightson drew the first 10 issues, while Nestor Redondo drew the further 13 issues. The last being drawn by Fred Carrillo. So Wrightson the first 10, then Redondo for 13, and then number 24, which was the last issue, was done by Carrillo.
That's a great Neil Adams cover.
Oh my God, it is.
The Reaper.
Look at that. Mr. Taz in the house.
What's up, Mr. Taz? Frank Robbins, Shadow.
Rewind. Todd showed some great books that he just bought. A great collection he just bought. Things off a sale. Be sure and check out his IG. He'll be posting some pictures and stuff. Definitely. He's already picked some pictures of some of the Batman, but I'm sure he can post some pictures of some of these others that he's showing as he bags them. Look at that, Kirby, Mr. Miracle, great stuff, man.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just going quick.
Great Kirby, Mr. Miracle. Oh my God. Yep. Got the idea because he went to dinner with Stranenko, and Stranenko talked about his days as an escape artist, and then Kirby came up with the idea for Mr. Miracle. So, all right. So when is your next? Oh, that's a cool one. When is your next on the road, Mr. Todd?
I will be at a show, and I'm pretty excited about this show. Called Comics and Cocktails. I've done it twice before. So I've done it twice before. They're at a new venue this time. They've expanded, so it's going to be a bigger show. And they've got some great guests. They've got Jerry Conway's going to be there.
Ooh.
And then they're going to have, I think, a writer named David Avalon, David Borer, the guy who wrote Canto.
Oh.
And I believe they're going to have some people from X-Men 97, some of the cast. And Dennis Cowan's going to be there as well. There's a cool Wrightson.
That's a cool Wrightson cover, yeah.
Here's another Wrightson.
All right, so for me, I am not going anywhere until October, which would be fine because I need to save some money. But I plan on going to OakCon this year, which is Oklahoma. Real nice old school convention. So really can't wait to do that.
It's a lot of fun, and I get to see a lot of my friends in California that I see a couple times a year when I'm doing shows. This is obviously one of the best Wrightson covers with Batman. Where he drew his cape so long.
One thing in the city.
And it's cool because of one of my friends, there are a couple that cosplay. I think it's her birthday, so That's pretty awesome. And I've actually got my first signing at my shop set up for July for next month. At the end of the month, we'll have a professional cosplayer named Joni Brosses. She's got covers coming out for the new Vampirella book. So we'll have issues 1 and 2. Love that cover. We'll have issues 1 and 2 available to get signed. I can probably, let me see something. How's my website looking? I've been working on my website.
Oh yeah.
I can't say it's 100%, but it's come pretty far in a week. Although I did delete my dang homepage. I don't know how I did that. Gosh, oh, it's down here. Okay. Is it still? Yeah, okay. It's a little weird. It's a little wonky. Oh, I kind of did something messed up here. Well,
yeah. So let me show. Let me do a couple of presents real quick. Let me show. All right, yeah. Gorilla Todd's got a website, GorillaToddComics.com. Got some featured products there. It is a work in progress, but
yeah.
you know, he's in there.
Somehow the header got moved to the bottom, but I'm not a website person, but
I like it better. I was going to complain about your header. It needs to be a lot smaller.
yeah, that's what he told me. Like he gave me I was given a size, I made it that size, and then it's like, oh, it's too big. I'm like, it's the size you set.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm learning. It's gonna grow each week, you know. Well, Mr. Taz, I'll do a live stream, and there'll definitely be copies available, you know, that I can order and ship to you. You know, I'll always work with you guys. The book actually comes out in June, so the second issue will be out by the time it actually, the first issue came out. The first issue I think was out June 5th. I don't have a copy here, but I have them on order. I just have to get them. They have to come in. But I'll have issue 2 as well. So I'll have issues 1 and 2. And I'm probably going to do them very like, if you do it to get it one at the day of the signing, the cost per issue is probably going to be like $10. And that'll be the issue and the signature. And if you're here, you know, if you want to take a picture with her, she says pictures. She told me pictures are free. So I think it's going to be a really fun day.
It's going to be a great day.
And if there's any copies left, she'll sign them and I'll have them available. You know.
All right. So go check out. Yeah, be sure and no,
it's not an exclusive. It's not an exclusive, Tony.
It's her photo cover. The chick is going to be there. She'll be signing books. It's her photo cover.
I can.
They can stamp it. Gorilla Todd. All right, y'all go check out Gorilla Todd's IG. Check out, of course, his website. It's a work in progress. These are the 2 cons I have coming up. I'm going to try and get Oath Con, which has been on my bucket list for a long time. That's going to be October. There's Tony Isabella. So a bunch of old people at a comic book convention. That's just what that's my will.
Where is Oath Con?
It's in Oklahoma, Norman, Oklahoma. It says it right there.
Gotcha.
So it's going to be October 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's really close to JA1 Bob. So be meeting him there. And yeah, it's going to be really great. I always go to Cowtown. Looks like their con is coming up at the end of October. I will try to get there for that one. So if you want to see me in Dallas, I will probably be attending that con October 26th and 27th of 2024. And yeah, then I have a special show that I should be doing in November that more announcements will come for that one. So
Cool. Well,
yeah, so Stephen Butler's gonna be there, Lily Butler, Buddy Saunders, of course, my buddy from my comic shop.
Lone Star Comics. Do they go by Lone Star anymore?
This is probably like the oldest running con right now, because I think this thing started in 1976, and it looks like these people have been here since 1976. So yeah, it's one of the last few old school cons for comics and original art and things like that. So it's going to be, it's something, like I said, it's been on my bucket list. If you know, that you want to go to OFCon. So
that's cool. I added the flyer for the signing in the bottom if you can hit it. It's the one that doesn't look like you or me. Like I shared it, but
what?
Like look in
the. Sorry.
No, worries. So here's the info. Her name's Joni Brassis. That's the cover for #1 right there. So she'll be in my shop on July 27th from 12 to 5. That's the address and everything. But you guys can always, I'll get that on the website in a more clear way, and it'll be on my IG, and she'll start posting it too. So I'm gonna have to make flyers up. And there's that. So I can also show you the IG.
Post it on your IG and all that stuff.
All that stuff. And then I can, let me see, is there anybody I forgot? I think I got everybody. Yeah, they got some of the X-Men 97 people at Comics and Cocktails. It's a fun show. Definitely a cool show. I'm excited to go. What's going on there? And and then in September 1st is my next old school Comic Con that I put on with my buddy here in Las Vegas at our local library, which is basically I think it's the only show in Las Vegas that's pure comics. That's our rule. We can only sell comics and very specific comic related material. Magazines about comics, supplies about comics. All that good
Very cool.
I gotta get a light. It's very dark in this corner, I realize, in this spot. I gotta get a light and clip it to the rack right here. Light up my head. If I tilt right, it'll blind everybody. Whoosh! It'll be like the beginning of every anime show. It goes swing, and you get that starburst light effect.
All right, so if y'all are not, like I said, I'm going to share one more thing since we're nearing the end of the. Please, if you have not, go and sign up for me over here on YouTube. I just dropped my 18-part conservation of this Marvel family, number 53. That was in 18 parts, but I wanted to kind of give the gory details of the whole process. A couple of people been asking, and let me see. thought I had that book with me, but maybe not. And then also, I just dropped where I did a conservation, and that's only 6 parts of Wiz Comics number 45. And so please go watch that, give a view, give a thumbs up, help a brother out. Okay, every little bit helps. Thank you, Tony.
Give Shelby the thumbs.
And here is that Wiz Comics. Came out beautiful. Really nice. I was super happy, especially with what we started with. It had grease pencil all over the cover. Someone had just drawn all over it, and it came out really nice. Really happy with this book. Probably gonna send it in, get it graded, and such. So yeah, really happy with this book. I am dropping that starts tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, you will see the conservation of this Superboy number 20. So you'll be able to see the entire series of me conserving this beautiful book from 1948, Superboy number 20 or 52, 48, 52. I'm not sure.
Hey, what's up, Colin?
It's 72 years old. It's 72 years old. But watch this. This is the second cover appearance of Jor-El in comics. So, yeah, Superboy number 20. Very old Superboy.
It's my old buddy Robert. What's up, Comics on the Edge?
Hey, Comics on the Edge.
I missed you at Near Mid Sundays last week, but I heard you went to a great show. So, can't hate on that. I saw one of your buddies. He said, heavy is the head that wears the crown. But it's good to see you.
And again, if y'all are over here on my channel, type in Gorilla Todd Comics and go sub him up, give him a few likes and things like that. And if you are on Gorilla Todd's channel, jump over here to mine. Just type in Shelby's Comics and come give me a sub and a like and a few comments.
What's better?
Everything is always appreciated.
What's better?
I love that. That's probably one of the best. Yeah.
Who read so
That's in my collection.
Mine too. But it's nice when I get the, nice copies that will be a 4. Oh, look, another one. The collection just keeps giving.
What's better than 1 Red Sonja? 2 Red Sonjas. What's better than 2? 3.
3. I love this cover too. That's a great cover.
Oh yeah, that light blue background. I agree with you. That's a killer book.
The way the colors of her chainmail and
yeah, the light blue background is freaking awesome. And I love the way they did the X-Men logo on those reprints, the Marvel Triple Action.
Yeah.
The X-Men logo is freaking great on that. And they're fresh covers. They're different covers for the stories for those. So, unlike the one that he shows there, the Amazing Adventures, those are the original covers. They're not new ones. But I believe that those are new covers, if I'm not mistaken.
That's pretty dope.
All right.
Storm gets bit by Dracula.
You gotta love some Vampire Storm.
X-Men 2 reprint. Let's see, what do we got?
I bought those as a kid. That was my introduction to X-Men, was those reprints, man.
Well, yeah,
there wasn't comic shops. There wasn't no comic shops. Go buy back issues.
If you never saw the originals, the reprints are new if you see them on the rack.
Yeah, to me, those were new, man.
You know, I gotta figure something out here. Give me a second. I gotta grab a box. Oh,
We didn't have no trade paperbacks. We didn't have no collected editions, no hardbounds, no omnibuses. This was the 70s, guys. You go down to your local Safeway, you buy the reprints off the rack, and you liked it. I feel like the old man on the porch. We bought our comic
oh
books
my Lord.
off a spinner rack at a grocery store, and we liked it. I'm freaked Jack out. We didn't have no fancy bags and boards, and we wanted a comic book in a bag. They put it in a paper bag for us when we left the store. If we wanted a plastic bag, we went over to the food and produce, and we stole the bags off the roll, and put our funny books in that bag. And we didn't have no fancy invisible tape. We used good old masking tape.
So you know what I love about our show? This is the true, uncensored, unedited life of two comic book nerds.
I agree with you.
You're going off. I'm not even batting an eyelash. I'm building a long box.
Hey, I didn't have. Growing up, we didn't have no comic boxes, dude. You use the leftover cardboard box that your mama went and got her beer in. That's what you use.
This is one of the boxes this collection came in. How's this?
Yeah, there you go.
A cherry box.
Good old cherry box.
The perfect size to hold comics.
That's how we kept our comic books. You know, if you was lucky, if you was fancy, you know, you stole one of the milk crates.
Sorry, I'm just getting myself a little organized here. Whew, I got so much. I was almost gonna go to a show this weekend, but with school, it was just too much.
Like I said, I need to save up some money again. I really want to hit OFCON, and that's going to take a little bit of a nickel or two, you know, to travel all the way up to Oklahoma and, you know, stay for 4 days and, you know, buy some stuff that I won't, you know. And that's one thing too, you know, that's kind of funny, Todd, is, you know, I've been on a couple of shows now post Dallas Fan Expo. Everybody else are showing comic books that they got signed and stuff. You know, I'm like, and everybody's surprised. They're like, wow, you went there to go shopping. And it's like, yeah, what? That's what you're supposed to go to a comic book con for. It's a shop.
I mean,
you know,
to me, like even like the last time I went to Heroes Con, which was before I moved out to Vegas, I got some signatures, but I did some shopping too. You know, I got some stuff I wanted. So I get what you're saying. I think signatures have just become very popular, especially with getting graded slabs. Let me ask your opinion, and anybody in the chat, chime in. If you say the word slabs to anyone who works in a comic book store, do you think they should think of anything but a graded comic book?
I wouldn't think so.
Like if I called you and I said, hey, I think you guys...
I mean, unless you were a comic book store / meat market.
you wouldn't go to.
Then you could be talking about like a slab of ribs.
Well, but you wouldn't go to a slab of glass, would you? Feel like that's a stretch?
Unless you're a comic book store / glass company.
Hey.
But I agree with you. Why would you think slab of glass if you walked in and asked for a slab? Or asked if you had any slabs? Is that what you're saying? Someone walks into a comic store.
I will propose a hypothetical for you. Say, hey, I think you got my box of books, my box of slabs. The sound's going in and out, Chris.
You've been going in and out all night.
It's because I'm far from the mic. I got to bring my mic in here.
Your camera's been freezing and stuff too.
I probably don't have good internet in here because the router's in the other room. So this streaming is probably like stressing it out. Maybe I should do it from my phone.
Too late now. Go ahead. Tell us your hypothetical.
So say I call you up, Shelby, and I say, hey, when you were at my place the other day, I think you grabbed my box of slabs. I collect comics, you collect comics. What am I talking about?
I grabbed a box of graded books.
That's all I wanted to hear. Got some cool cults.
Cole is one of those underappreciated ones, man, but it ran for a long time. I don't know who collected it, but
somebody was. They're in this collection. I appreciate that.
But yeah, so yeah, I go to cons, go shopping, man. You know, I want to look for things that I know. You know, so let me say this: at the con, there were probably four main comic book dealers. Okay. People wasn't cool enough for coming in. Christopher, you better be subbed up over on my channel, please.
Wait. So
there was Duncanville. There was Duncanville. My buddy Andy. Right across from him was a guy from Florida named Chris, who I'd seen around before. You know, he had okay books, but nothing amazing. Then around the corner was my buddy Boyd with Black Cat Comics and Mystery Comics. And then there's a guy whom I can't remember his name from New York who does nothing but travel around to cons all over. That's what he does. He just stays on the road for like 6-8 months out of the year hitting cons. Amazing books, but way too overpriced, and the guy doesn't care. Like he never looked up from his phone the whole time I was sitting there trying to shop at his booth. But anyway, I mean, and for such a big show, that was pretty much it. You know, there was a few people that, you know, had smaller comic booths or they sold toys and a few dollar boxes of comics, things like that. But I was sitting there talking to my buddy Andy, and you know, and it kind of makes a little more sense to me. Is we're sitting there on a Saturday, and I'm inside his booth, like he's like, yeah, come on, step in here, let's talk, you know, visit for a bit. And he wasn't getting a lot of action, unlike Friday. Friday he was busy as hell, and he said, you know, Fridays and Sundays are the real collectors. Saturdays is for the tourists. They come in, they're wanting to get celebrity autographs, do things like that. And then what they're looking for is souvenirs. And he said that's why you see so many vendors that are these odds and ends types of things, right? That are filling up the Comic-Con, is because that's what people are buying on a Saturday, right? They're buying souvenirs. They're buying a cool piece of, you know, someone's something, you know? And yeah, I guess that was my main problem with the con. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know, that's honestly, that
And I'm
is,
fine with it. Don't get me wrong, because they have always have a great selection of
look,
comic book creators, you know, in the Artist Alley and stuff. So, you know,
well, and I'll put it like this. Look, I think I don't think there's anything wrong with that type of show. It serves a certain class.
right.
It serves a certain.
But that's what a lot of big shows are becoming. Yeah.
But I was getting frustrated. I was feeling frustrated going to shows in Vegas that I'd see the same four dealers that I know,
Right.
and it's like, why did I have to pay to park and pay to come in here? You know, and just to see somebody I already know who I could buy books from anytime. So I was like, I said to my friend, I'm like, dude, let's do a comic show, a real comic show, just comics. It doesn't have to be huge, you know. It just has to be enough vendors that people have, and there's enough variety that there's a little something for everyone. You know, somebody will have expensive, nice, big, high grade keys. Somebody will have dollar books. Somebody will have, you know, whatever. You know, it just, you know, and we got our next one September 1st. It'll be, shoot, I don't even know how many we've done, but we started in 2022, so we've been doing it for a few years. We do at least a couple every year.
That's what you need to get your bikini girl to come to.
You know, we'll have her at the shop and we'll go from there. I'm definitely
Right.
I'm not ruling that out. We've had a few comic artist guests. We try to get at least one guest per show. You know, we have a limited
All right.
amount of space.
True.
You know,
Yeah, you do
so
have a library, so
you know, but it lets us keep the costs relatively, you know, reasonable for all the tables for the dealers, so they're not paying an arm and a leg. It's a pretty nominal fee, and
well, and
it's turned
yeah,
into a
go ahead.
pretty good little show.
Well, and you know, and that's why my taste is more like, hey, I really want to go to OFCON, and you know, because it's all collectors, and you know, and Cowtown hasn't gotten too horrible. You know, I mean, they don't have the novelty stuff, thank goodness, like you know, Fan Expo does. You know, they do have a lot of comic dealers. Now you're going to find mostly modern stuff, you know, and the variant cover dealers and all that, you know, because you do have a lot of those variant cover companies in Texas, right? You have Unknown Comics, which is down in San Antonio.
There's a reason. Do you think that there's a reason there's so many?
Is in Dallas area. You have Elite Comics, you know, so all those people are here in Texas.
You think there's a reason a lot of those guys are in Texas?
Are you going to tell me, or
no? I'm asking. I'm asking.
Oh, I have no idea. No idea.
I mean, I wonder, is it land less expensive so they can get big places to store a lot of comics? I don't know.
Well,
is Texas
let me say this:
a big place that there's a lot of people?
No, well, Unknown a couple of years ago built a new facility right outside of San Antonio, and yes, land was cheap. I think they got a tax break. Comic Kingdom, they're right outside of Dallas and stuff too. But I think a lot of it is you have really good shipping from Texas. I mean, you have, international airport in Houston, you have an international airport in Dallas. We're the only state, I think, with 2 international airports. So shipping is usually pretty good here. And you can get deals and stuff with that. So
interesting. I mean, I know Texas is getting to be a popular place in general.
we have no state income tax, which is a pretty appealing part of it. Property tax is high, but overall it's a fairly economical place to live. Like, I don't know what you pay for gasoline in Las Vegas, but I only put premium in my car, and it's only like $3.50.
I don't know. I buy my gas at Costco. It's probably a little more than that. Could be close to $4 at times for the 87.
Yeah, I do the 92 or 93. So I take care of the Cadillac.
You drive a Cadillac? I didn't know that.
That was my That was my 50th birthday present to myself, or my birthday present to myself for turning 50 or something. It's a 2016, man. That it's paid off. It's paid off. So,
Oh, this is a thick book. I might have to go golden with this book. DC 100-pager.
Yeah, those won't fit in regular Silver Age bags.
Yeah, I get the silver wide. It won't even fit in the silver wide. I don't want to.
Oh, yeah, you can find, if you have some of the silver wides.
No, that's a silver wide. It won't fit. I'm going to have to go with a golden.
Oh.
It's a really wide. Are these all 100s? Get the skinny ones.
I love them 100-page giants, man. Those were so great when I was a kid. Get 100 pages story.
I had some
25 cents or $1.
I had some 100-page giant Supermans that were some of the first comics I ever read.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we are coming up on 2 hours. You got anything else going on you want to share with the peeps?
I mean, check me out on IG. I'll be making lots of posts with lots of books. I've got tons of stuff in, new books, back issues. The website's a work in progress, but I promise you it is progressing. And before you know it,
send them want list to Todd. He's keeping up on his IG. Again, y'all be sure to go check out my channel with my conservation series of books. See some cool Golden Age books being brought back to life. And like I said, I don't really have much that's going to be going on with me until October. So expect a lot of content to be dropped and stuff. So
it's a very grabby cover.
We are looking to get some guests on here. I tried to have a guest tonight, but I knew we were going to be talking about the con and stuff. So, maybe one night we can get your bikini girl to join the stream and talk up her
not a bikini
visit.
Shelby. She's not a bikini girl. She's a cosplay.
Okay.
She's a professional.
Cosplay.
Please be respectful.
cosplay.
Thank you.
Who wears bikinis. But
I mean, sometimes, wow.
That's a cool book.
Iron Wolf, number 9.
Yeah. All right. So with that, we're going to say good night, everyone. Hey, remember, peace, love, and comics. Thank you all.
See you next
Good
time,
night.
everybody.